Hey guys, and welcome back to Yokahime's voiceovers. We will be reading Love Spell, Written in the Stars, Episode 3, Archaeology 101 of Florian Atlas's route. Right, so let's begin. I can't help but feel my face flush as I stop in front of my apartment building. I fidget with my hair a bit before slowly turning around to face the man next to me. But thank you for taking me home, Professor. Of course. It'd be terribly rude of me to let one of my students, and a lady, walk the streets alone at this hour. Today's lesson was really interesting. I don't think I've ever had so much fun listening to a lecture on ancient trade routes, of all things. Well, I'm glad I was finally able to keep you awake for once. For once. And since you had such a fun time, then you should have an equally enjoyable amount of time completing this. There it goes again. My smile quickly fades as I see him pull out another 5-page assignment from his bag. The words "due tomorrow" scribbled atop the cover. As he hands me the papers, I swear his eyes twinkle in amusement. Well then, I'm off. Have a good night, Yona. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night? Good night, Satan. What was that? Nothing. Good night, Professor. Take care. I fumble with my apartment keys as a big pout rests on my face. First he's sweet, then he's sour. Ugh, I can't figure him out at all. It's impossible to tell what that man's thinking. He's like a Sour Patch Kid. Sour, sweet, gone. I groan and grumble a bit more before opening the door to my apartment. As I enter my dark apartment, my heart stops. My belongings are sprawled all over the room and floor. Oh my God, did somebody break in? But the door was locked. As I nervously walk around the mess, I hear a noise come from the kitchen. I quietly drop my bag and look around in a panicked frenzy. Someone's still in here. Oh my God, what do I do? Do I leave and call the cops? But I can't just leave my place like this. Adrenaline kicks into me as I spot a giant umbrella on my floor, and I grab it defensively. I mean, hey, at least she picks up a weapon. Some Otome characters don't even do that. They're just like, eek! I like her. Another noise rings out from the kitchen. Like hell I'm letting some punk steal my prized anime figurine collection? I'll drag you down to hell with me first. I slowly creep towards my kitchen as I hold my umbrella defensively, almost like an imaginary warrior's sword of sorts. I cautiously peer into the room and see that my fridge's freezer door is open and there's food on the floor sprawling out from it. From the corner of my eyes, I can see a figure digging inside of it. I take a deep breath and think back to some self-defense videos I watched on the internet. The first thing they always said was to let the perpetrator know you're willing to put up a fight and make self seem intimidating. Okay, I got this. I gripped the handle of my umbrella tightly before slamming the wall and letting out a war cry. You robbed the wrong apartment, jerk! I have the power of God and anime on my side! At my screams, a small pink head peeks out from inside the freezer. My eyes widen at the realization it's the head of the same small penguin I picked up in the office. Ah, Master, welcome home! I can only dumbfoundedly stare for a few seconds before I spot a salt shaker next to me, and I instinctively fling it at the talking penguin. Be gone, evil spirit! Well, please don't throw salt at me, Master. I already have high cholesterol. Because that's the issue here, the high cholesterol. As my relentless salt attacks continue, the penguin eventually drops to the ground, motionless. I cautiously approach it and poke it with the tip of my umbrella. Oh God, is it dead? I didn't mean to kill it. Does this mean more spirits are coming to haunt me now? Master, please listen. I'm not an evil spirit. Then what are you? And what are you doing in my house? And why can you talk? Penguins don't talk. Evil spirits do. The strange penguin plops up from the ground, shaking all the salt off itself. It stares up at me with a cheerful expression. My name is Philia. I'm a messenger of love. A messenger of what? Master, I promise I can explain all of this, but first, you have to promise to put the umbrella down and not throw any more salt at me. After all, I come in peace and love. I let out a deep sigh as I rubbed my temples. Wait, so let me get this straight. So the old lady that I bumped into the other day is actually an all-powerful witch? Yep, Master Agatha is actually the most powerful witch in the world. She also smells like flowers, hee. And when I saved her, she gave me a magical book that has the power to make anyone whose name I write in it fall in love with me? Yep. It's a very powerful notebook indeed. The instructions are very important. Right, sure. And you're a magical talking penguin that's actually a pen. And you're here to guide me through this whole thing until the spell ends? Correct, teehee. Get it? I'm a penguin. But silence. Yeah, I'm calling an exorcist. Don't move. Wait, Master, groan as I cover my face with my hands. After a few seconds, I peek out and sigh as the penguin is still there. Okay, so if I just don't write anyone's name in this magical book and give it back, you can go home, right? Uh, well, you already casted the spell, so no, not really. Wait, what? I casted the spell already? Yeah, silly master. Do you not remember? You wrote someone's name inside the love spell 2 nights ago, and then the spell was cast. Suddenly, blurred memories of the other night at the bar start coming back to me. I drunkenly throw myself over the counter as I sigh into the cold marble. Worst day ever. Another customer calls the young bartender over, I pull out my bag. The pink notebook and quirky pen from earlier fall out onto the counter. Oh yeah, at least I saved that sweet old lady today. She was weird, but she smelled kinda nice. I forgot she gave me this weird notebook. I think she mentioned something about instructions. But who even reads those? Am I right? Boring. From then on, I can't remember much, but I can infer what happened. I gulp nervously as I look back towards the penguin. Um, Philia, was it? You're absolutely sure I wrote someone's name into that book? Super duper sure. If not, I wouldn't be here. But I am, so you definitely wrote someone's name in. Do you, happen to know the name that I wrote? Yep, I believe it. I believe the name written down was Professor Florian Atlas. Teehee. That's the name of Master's one true love. Two exorcists. What? Why is Master so surprised? Do you really not remember? What a forgetful human you are. Philia, I think, no, I'm positive that I was completely drunk when I wrote the person's name into that book. I don't, think I read any of the instructions either. A few seconds pass by in silence as I watch the small penguin blink her eyes at me. What? Yeah, my bad. You foolish mortal! Do you know what immense consequences your irresponsible actions could have done? I should peck your eyes out for your incompetence. I'm sorry. It was an accident, okay? That's my tyrant of a history professor's name. But wait, I I think the spell didn't work. I mean, I was with him all day today, and I know he's definitely not in love with me, so... Wrong. He is. It was worth a shot. Well, uh, is there a way I can break this spell? There is, right? There isn't. You're screwed. Some guide you are. Well, maybe this wouldn't be happening if you read the instructions. I grabbed a nearby sofa pillow and groaned into it. So now what do I do? Is this forever? Of course not. Like I said before, the spell will last until the next full moon. After that, Mr. Atlas will forget everything from the first day the spell was cast to the last, and your relationship will return to what it was. Ugh. I knew it. It was too good to be true. If I'm being honest, this explains a lot of recent events in my life. What do you mean? Has something already happened between you two? Well, nothing's happened per se, but see, I'm in this situation. After I explain the scholarship to the small penguin, I watch as she waddles around deep in thought. After a few moments, she looks up and smiles. I have an idea! Really? What is it? You should just give up and accept your fate. Philia, that doesn't solve anything. I still lose my scholarship if you only gave it to me because of a dumb temporary spell. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, sure, Mr. Atlas will forget everything that's happened between you two for the time being. But if you work hard and become someone who can be worthy of such an award, maybe after the spell ends, you can show him the new you. The new me? Yes, didn't Master say she's out to improve herself from now on? Why don't you take this as an opportunity to lay down the foundation for that? On top of experiencing a passionate love, you can also become a better person by the end of all of this. That's pretty deep for a talking penguin. Hey! Wisdom comes in all shapes and colors. Master should not discriminate. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Philia. Honestly, this all sounds a little crazy. But I suppose my end goal doesn't change. I just have to keep doing my best and prove myself to him. Exactly. And until then, you can enjoy a steamy summer romance too. Tee. I don't know about all of that, though. I mean, Professor Atlas being in love with me, he's so... You're a diamond in the rough, Yona, and I look forward to seeing just how brightly you can shine. Oh, you alright, Yona? You're not hurt, are you? You can call me Florian while we aren't at the university. Good night, Yona. Hee hee. Master's face tells me she must really like Mr. Atlas, too. Huh. Absolutely not. He's nothing but a devil. In fact, I'm going to do my best to keep my distance until this whole dumb spell business is over with. It's only a month anyways. I stand up defiantly and head towards my shower. On my way, I glance at the assignment the professor left me peeking out of my bag. It's impossible. I don't believe a word of it. There's no way he has any feelings for me, or me for him on that note. Keep telling yourself that, Yona. Maybe one day even you'll believe it. A few days later, I stare outside the office window as I watch the rain pelt fiercely against everything in sight. Geez, some nasty weather today. I look around the empty office, and my gaze lands on Atlas's closed office door. I remember the note he left in the morning, saying he'd be out until later in the afternoon. My eyes wander again around the empty office and towards my neatly organized stack of papers. I finished early for a change. I must be getting the hang of this. Suddenly, the office door swings open and I jump up. An elderly delivery man waves before approaching me with a sheepish grin. Sorry about that, miss. I didn't mean to startle you. I got some books for, let's see here, Mr. Florian Atlas? Ah, yes, I'm his assistant. I'll take them. Thanks. Could you sign right here for me? I sign the delivery papers and watch the man leave as I once again left in an empty, silent office. My attention wavers to the box of books next to me. Curiously, I peek inside and pick up a book. Which book do I pick up? Legends of the Flor de la Mar. Is this for a class of his? Or maybe work? I always forget he's an actual archaeologist. Honestly, it's probably best if I don't mess with this one. He might get angry. Let me try another one. I pull out and set down a few more thick books. I reach the last one in the pile, and it's visibly different from the others, clearly intended for a different audience. An Introduction to Archaeology: How Dreams of the Past Become the Future? For some reason, the title really catches my attention. I flip through it and see it's filled with all sorts of interesting pictures and research diaries of archaeologists around the world. I bite my lip as I glance at the clock. Oh, I can sneak in a little reading. He's not back yet, anyways. A few hours later, my eyes dart from word to word as I'm eating away at the book in the front of me. Stories and pictures of famous expeditions and excavations around the world ignite an unexpected fascination in me, and I find myself turning page after page with utmost delight. I turn to a page where an old photo of a group of explorers stands in the midst of a thick jungle. They all seem tired and dirty, but each and every one of them wears an undeniable expression of pride and excitement on their faces. I can't help but smile in amusement as I read the monologue underneath the photo about their intentions in unearthing an ancient temple connected to a lost civilization. Hello, Earth to Yona. Oh gosh, you're back already? Sorry, I was just, um, wait, what time is it? Why is the sun setting? Professor Atlas leans over and picks up the book I'm reading before scanning the title. He smiles as he promptly hands it back to me. My, you were really lost in these pages, weren't you? Enough to not have even noticed me arrive. I bit my lip as I looked down nervously, expecting to be scolded. Sorry, I, finished organizing, and then the delivery man came, so... Yona, there's no need to apologize. After all, I ordered that book specifically for you. What? Really? The professor shoots me a wry smile as he leans back to sit on the corner of my desk and crosses his arms. Well, the thought occurred to me that if you didn't have a dream of your own, perhaps I could share mine with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Of course, I wasn't expecting to find you so deeply absorbed in it from the get-go. Are you enjoying the book? I stand up in excitement as I hold the book to my chest. Oh, it's amazing! I didn't know anything about archaeology aside from the movies. Haha, I figured as much. Not most do. She's thinking of Indiana Jones. It is an incredible field, I must admit. It opens the eyes and makes one realize the key to our future actually lies in our past. To think that thousands of years ago, civilizations like that existed and constructed societies that can even rival our present day ones. Excitement grows. Excitement grows in my voice, and Professor Atlas smiles only grows wider as he matches my tone. That's the bare minimum, Yona. Imagine all of the secrets that this world has garnered through ages of evolution and advancement. Archaeology is the very core of discovering those secrets and uncovering what they hold for the future of humanity. What of the wisdom that was lost in the burning of the great library of Alexandria, or the unimaginable treasures lost at sea during the fierce ages of the pirates? Or mass ancient utopia around the world that seemingly just vanished? Why? When? How? Archaeology is the path to uncovering the world's greatest mysteries. I stare at Professor Atlas in awe. He's always been commanding in front of a classroom, but I feel like I've seen his true passion come out just now when he spoke about archaeology. I can only watch as the emotion, passion, and excitement in his voice ignite a fire in his eyes. After a few moments, he seems to become conscious of my staring and comes to an abrupt stop. Whoops. I did it again, didn't I? My apologies. I just get so caught up when explaining the field to newcomers. Not at all. That was inspiring. You must really love your field. It's my life's solo passion, without a doubt. Right next to coffee, of course. Him and his coffee. I can't help but grow an increasing sense of admiration for the man in front of me as I look down at the books in my hands. I'd love to take one of your archaeology courses one day. Really? They're not easy, you know. If you turn in a single late paper, I'll definitely fail you. I gawk in disbelief as he lets out a laugh. He shoots me a smile before grabbing the box of books and heading into his office. Oh dear, that's not good. What happened? I look into his office and see that the rain had actually seeped in through the roof and is dripping heavily in a corner of the room. Oh my God, did anything get wet? Not yet, but this is not good at all. I'm going to have to make a few calls to get this fixed. But I suppose until then, would you like to have our tutoring session at my place tonight? Inviting your student to your house, Professor Atlas. Bad boy. His place? Oh God, how do I even respond to that? What should I say? Actually, can we go to my place? Actually, we can go to my place instead. Your place? Yeah, it's actually pretty close by, and Just as I'm about to continue my sentence, the image of my apartment returns to me. Junk food, clothes, papers, and garbage sprawled out everywhere. I can only imagine the professor's horrified look as he walks into my place. Silence. Yona? I look up at the professor's puzzled expression. The vision of him venturing into my apartment and turning around only to see a basket of underwear I might have left lying around is enough to change my mind. Never mind. Let's not go to my apartment. Yours is fine. Oh? Well, if you insist, I'll see you at 8 tonight then. Let me give you the address. Alright, that's it for episode 3. Next time we will be doing episode 4, A Call to Adventure. Thanks guys, and see you next time.